What up, what up, what up? This is Mike the Philosopher here with another one. This is the reunion of Put a Ring on It. I am not gonna hold you. Let's go in.
This season on Put a Ring on It, 3 long-term couples put their relationships under the microscope.
Listen.
No, I'm not about to listen when you about to lie. That's about to piss me off.
With the help of relationship coach, Dr. Stacy J. Johnson.
Hello.
Hello.
Our couples opened old wounds.
I see something special in y'all, or I never would have pushed you like that.
Faced their issues.
I don't know if this is a good idea anymore.
We realized that it's not for us, it's not what we want to do.
I've invited a new couple to join us.
Sometimes he makes me feel as if he's missing out on something by being with me.
And put their love to the ultimate test by dating other people.
Rick, and how's it going?
What's going on, brother? How you doing?
Boy, I love those heels.
Thank you.
Yeah, you can look up a little higher now.
Oh, wow. Okay.
All with the hopes of finding out if it was time to move on,
I want a husband who desires and wants to have children with me.
or if they were finally ready
We should just, hold off on the engagement.
to put a ring on it.
This will be my smoothie queen.
You serious?
I can't be no more serious than I am. Like, hand getting heavy, you know, some big rocks now.
We've been so in love for a minute now. Let's make it official, let's get down, say some vows. I do. Do you?
Welcome. It's the Put a Ring on It Season 4 reunion. Can you believe it? And this season, there is so much to sink your teeth into. So let's get to it. I'm your host, Egypt Sherrod, and with the help of Dr. Stacy, oh yeah, there's a new doctor in the house. 3 long-term couples, as always, put their relationship on the line with hopes of strengthening their bond. And they are here, they're ready to talk about it, they're ready to pour their hearts out to you and maybe even tell you some things you didn't get to see on the season. So let's say hello to all of these beautiful people sitting on the sofa. Jasmine and Zay. Catherine and Ricky. Okay, Catherine. I see you. We're going to call you Super Cat. Super Cat today. Joya and Jaisha are here as well, looking fabulous. And of course, with the help of Dr. Stacy, our 3 couples dipped their toes right back into that dating pool to help them decide if they were ready to walk down the aisle or go running for the dough. And yes, dating other people while you're in a committed relationship is...
Let me just say this. Shout out to everybody. Everybody looks good, really. They really cleaned up real nice. All the fellas, I like all they tuxes, really. Probably the one I'm leaning more towards is Zay. That's probably a little bit more my style, but all the fellas, I think Ricky got the GOAT necklace on. I guess he figures he's the GOAT. I find that funny. And the ladies look good too. I know she pointed out Catherine. Catherine looks good. All the ladies. So everybody's looking good. Let's go in.
It sounds crazy because it is crazy. But desperate times do call for desperate measures, do they not?
Absolutely.
Yes. Okay.
Absolutely.
So now before we go any further, here's something you guys should know. Stacy and I are friends.
Real life.
Like real life. So she was supposed to be at my house one day, and she cancels and says she couldn't tell me why. This was why.
They said I couldn't tell anybody.
I know how it is. You can't tell anybody, but I just cracked up laughing so hard. I said, look at Stacy go. So for the rest of y'all, let's chat, okay?
Okay.
Opening up your entire relationship on television. How was that?
Some days I felt like she put me in the hot seat. I'm like, oh, Lord, here we go.
Yeah.
But it was all in love. Like, you did it in love because I felt like you were really in it with us.
I was.
And I felt that every step of the way, and I really appreciate it.
I really was.
So what tools did she give you that you're still utilizing today?
Ooh, yes.
I'm listening. That was one of the hardest parts for me.
Yeah, the communication has been really good.
Dr. Stacy honestly gave me sexy back.
Like
wholeheartedly. So we've been having a
great time.
Say you had.
Hey, that's always good. That's always good. Bring it. If she gave y'all that and y'all been, maybe that's what Jasmine needed to really kind of let go and release a little bit. She did the little sob. I was expecting Joy to say that, you know, she's still using the sob technique. What is it? Submit, allow, and be, something like that. And I was expecting Joy to say that she's still using that technique. I didn't hear that from her, but yeah, it looks like Jasmine and Zay is pretty much all in now. So no barriers now. They probably going wild in the bedroom, which is good. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do. Let's go in.
Oh, very happy.
That makes me more attractive to him. I'm sure you guys have all noticed that Chance and Dunbar are the only ones not here today. We've got an empty spot on the sofa. We did invite them. We were hoping they would join us, but they declined. Here's a look back on their time on the show.
I'm a lion. My females do the hunting in the Lion King. I'm a king.
The first time you walk in a man's house, you don't bring trash inside.
Record these trash?
I don't know what they are, but remove your shoes, big bro. Heavenly Father, I pray that this brother realize that the same hands that we pray and bless him with will also bless his ass.
So, what are your key qualities of a man? What do you like about a man?
Christ has to be the center,
Okay.
because I understand that I'm going to be submissive to you.
Hold on, say it again. I struggle with anger, depression, anxiety, and I pray because I don't want to hurt anybody anymore.
So you're scared that...
Chance, she'll leave me.
Okay, so you all missed the group session.
Yeah.
What is up? Real talk.
So we sat down after the couple of meetings, the first couple of sessions, and we realized that it's not for us, it's not what we want to do moving forward.
Dunbar, we had some breakthroughs. That was beautiful. Approaching the hard stuff and getting through it. That is this process.
Yeah.
And you guys are just walking out on that. That broke my heart. Mm-hmm. Because this couple...
I'm gonna let Dr. Stacy talk here, but let me say a couple things first. First, Chance, a beautiful woman. Not many women can pull off the whole short hair, blonde hair. I'm normally not a fan of that, but she pulls it off, and she pulls it off well. She can rock it. She has the face for it, the smile for it, so she can pull that hairstyle off. I thought she was a gorgeous woman. Dunbar, I believe his name is. This guy, he needs some couch time just by himself. He really needs a therapist by himself and to figure out his emotions, because he moves so insecurely and he reacts physically due to his insecurities. I mean, whether it be guys, he don't want Chance to leave him. I'm not even sure why they agreed to do the show, because in order to do the show, you got to date other people, right? This guy is nowhere near ready to see Chance date other men. Nowhere near it. So he tries to intimidate, call the guy's shoes trash. Don't bring trash in my house. These hands will bless you. Okay? You know, praying and threaten at the same time. Why did he even agree to do the show? Why? You're too insecure. You have a ton of insecurities. And unfortunately, there are a lot of, you know, I will say brothers in the community that move just like Dunbar. That, you know, they come from a household probably was just a single mother. They never learn how to corral their emotions, and when it comes to it being a male, it can be violent or even deadly if they become insecure or if they become too emotional. So You know, this guy is a bit of probably a microcosm of what's really in the hood right now. I'm not saying all brothers in the hood are like this, but you know, there's a good number of them like this, and everything is built on their ego. All you got to do is tap their ego a little bit and they just fly off the handle because they handle things too emotionally, and I would probably say in a way that is not very manly and not very in control of their own emotions. People come to sort of expect that type of movement with women and females, to be honest, because women are just more emotional, period. But with men, we expect you to control your emotions, dude, for real, and not let everybody see all of your insecurities. I mean, it was probably good that they exited the show, to be honest, because honestly, I'd rather see Jazz and Zay. And I just don't know how much this guy would have been able to really, you know, watch Chance go on many more dates. It probably would have gotten violent. So I'm kind of glad that they exited. That was a good call on their side. They probably shouldn't even been on the show, but you know, I was glad that we got Jazz and Zay to step in. Shout out to them. But anyway, let's go back in. Let's see what the docs say.
Really? Just like all these other couples, you have such an opportunity to push yourself and your partner being pushed as well, and to ask yourself, what is it that I see and what is it that I need to change to bring us closer together?
It seemed like you were right there at the tip of a major breakthrough with Dunbar.
Yeah.
What happened?
It's hard for a black man to open up like that. Period, by himself.
Men around the world saw that and said, okay, it's okay to let it out. It's okay to cry. It's okay to deal with it. The T word is not a bad word.
Yes.
I think therapy has been so taboo, specifically in the black community. But listen, if our stomach hurts, we go to the doctor. If we have a headache, we go to the doctor. If we're having a mental crisis, we have to be able to deal with it, and it's not a bad thing.
That was a sad part because
Now that may be some truth to it, but my whole thing is this. I would agree with that if he actually stayed in the process and did the work, but he showed emotion and then he left. So who knows if he's still getting therapy somewhere else or whatever the case may be, but he did not stick with the process. You know, people say it's okay for men to cry and cry on camera and all this other stuff. As a man, I don't really want to see that. Okay, especially brothers. I don't really want to see brothers crying on camera. I don't see no other men doing that. Why we got to do that? I would say no. That's, you know, look, I respect the female perspective, but as a man, I don't want to see no other brother crying on TV. I don't want to see it. Do that. Do it. Get your emotions out. Cry. But do that behind closed doors. Okay? I don't see no other men doing this. Why it got to be us? We're already being what I would consider feminized. And we're already... in some situations looked at as weak. Why we got to be crying on TV? That ain't nothing to cheer for. That ain't nothing to push for, as far as I'm concerned. Men need to stay strong. They need to see examples of strong men and men who have control over their emotions. So I'm gonna have to respectfully disagree with the ladies with this when it come to Dunbar. I'm not saying don't get help. I'm not saying don't even cry. I'm saying do that stuff behind closed doors. Work your emotions out. Come out stronger as a man. And puff your chest out when you get out. When you get out that room. And show up as a leader. Show up as an example. We just don't need that so visible. Because I could tell you right now, ain't no other man on the planet doing that. Seriously. Anyway, let's go back in.
You did see him have a little bit of a breakthrough, and he was trying to be transparent.
And it was right after that they quit. And
I thought
right
it might have been right after his date, because he really seemed to fall.
I think it might have scared him a little bit that he
Jaysha,
found something.
I think you're right, that he didn't expect to even have a connection with anyone outside of Chance, and to go on his first date and have such a powerful connection.
Right. And she threw that big word out. I'm submission.
You know it,
submissive.
girl.
And he was like, oh, I don't even have to ask. You're just gonna do it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
In case ladies haven't figured it out, all men love that. All men love submission. Yeah, you're gonna do that, and I don't have to ask, I don't have to coerce, I don't have to do nothing. You already know we're already playing the same game. That's attractive. We're all playing the same game with the same rules. That's easy to walk into. Shout out to Ricky with the glitter tie and the goat necklace. Anyway, let's go in.
All in all, as a combined collective, what do we feel the real reason they decided to leave was?
This is tough.
He got hot in the kitchen. They had to get out. Because either it's going to be exposed of what was going on in their situation, or they just really didn't want to do the work because it's not something that they're ready for. And that's the reality. Like, everybody here feels and felt ready to be married. And so we didn't mind doing the work no matter how tough it got.
Dating other people, that's the part. That's not for the weak.
Definitely. Definitely. It's so interesting because they all shared with me that they thought all of their men had the problem. And it was, I needed to come and help them.
Help the men.
Help the men.
She needs to fix them.
So none of the women here were owning their stuff.
I didn't really have stuff. It was like,
look at this. What are we dealing with?
So when Dr. Stacy held the mirror up to you ladies,
it wasn't flattering on my part.
Not at all.
Okay.
I ain't like my mirror.
None of you. None of you at all. No. But there's the growth. Right? Therein lies the growth. Woo! Stuff. That's her word. Stuff.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
But there's more, guys. We're just hitting the tip of the iceberg. Coming up, we're going to be talking to this season's most expressive and passionate couple. I call them JJ, Joya and Jaysha. And if they thought the hot yoga brought the heat, well, you just wait until they get a taste of our hot seat. Don't move. Coming up on the Put a Ring on It Season 4 reunion.
I was told that kind of lackluster in the bedroom.
It just seems like you just either are not invested, or it seems like you're embarrassed, or it seems like you're not happy because you're not saying nothing at all.
Ricky's a grown man. He can speak for himself. He has a mouth. Just the same mouth that you put fish in, he can open to speak.
Did your desire to marry Zay waver at any point in this process?
Is it?
Yeah. You're a very intelligent woman, right?
Yes.
As a woman, you know it's the less likelihood for you to be successful by having a child.
We are back. It's the Put a Ring on It Season 4 reunion, and this is the part where you won't even want to get up for a bathroom break. Okay, Jaysha entered the process feeling the pressure of Joya's biological clock ticking like a time bomb. Here's a look at their journey to diffuse their issues before their relationship blew up in their faces.
If you love me the way that you say you love me, we can spend time together building our family. We don't have to wait.
If it doesn't happen, are you going to be okay?
I don't know.
Do you have fear that your next child, from your choices today, could possibly be raised, although you can go see him, play dad for those days, right? Is that a fear?
That is a fear,
Yes.
Yeah.
Dr. Stacy told me, like, I'm creating all these narratives about the future, and I'm not really living in the present. I'm like, oh, I need a baby today because of this and this and this. And she's like, girl, you have to be present, be where you are today.
I'm loving hearing what Joy is talking about
let things go and just trusting, not trying to control anymore, and just letting me lead. When we first met, you know, we went on our date. Smoothie King, you said that changed your life, right? It also changed mine, too. And I want to ask, will you marry me? You will?
Yes. Yes.
There you go.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Okay, so the last time we saw you guys, clearly he popped the question.
Yes.
Did you have any idea that's where he was in this journey?
No, I had no idea. It felt like, yes, we're moving in that direction. We're learning new tools from Dr. Stacy, but I still felt like, what are we doing?
I always felt it in my heart and knew that she was the one. And this process just helped me realize and confirm even more.
Throughout this entire process, from episode 1, it was all about getting married so you could have another baby.
Yes.
So it made many all over the Twitterverse wonder, is it really that you want to get married so you can have another baby, or how much of that is about wanting to marry the man, Jaysha?
Before Jaysha, I actually did not want to have more children. Once I got with him, I'm like, the desire to have a baby came because of the man, not just because of the baby.
You have your time, he has his time, and then God has his time.
Yes.
And it's always the best time. Agreed?
Agreed.
Okay. But now, Jaysha might have dropped to one knee for Joya, but he...
Well, let me say this, though. I can kind of see that. I can kind of see how she might not have wanted a kid until she met Jaysha. And I think the main reason is because she couldn't see the man she was going to have a baby with. I mean, you're not going to want to have a kid if you don't know who the father is. But once she liked Jaysha, fell in love with Jaysha, she could then wrap her mind around having another child. I think it was always something that was in her. She just couldn't conceptualize it, conceptualize, you know what I'm saying? She couldn't do that because she didn't know who the father was going to be. It's almost like, you know, I don't know, you have to envision, you have to know some things in order to envision it. Like it's kind of hard to explain, but what I'm saying is it made sense that she wanted the baby after she met Jaysha and fell in love with Jaysha. I think the need was always there to have a child, but you're not going to dream about stuff if you don't know how it's going to happen yet. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to think about stuff if you don't know how it's possible. Some people can't get over that hump, and you know, they're not creative enough to figure out a way to make it happen. So that's all I have to say about that. Let's go back in.
He wasn't the only one dropping it low to the floor. Let's check out Jaysha and Joya's steamy dating highlights.
Ooh. Until he gives you a ring, you're technically still single.
It's true.
Wow.
It's true. I can make love to a man just by how I look in his eyes. I don't have to ever touch you to touch you.
I'll be here with a little few gray specks in it too. I've been wanting to touch it, but I'm like,
Yeah, you might better be careful.
Look, you know, okay. I ain't worried about it. Look, I told you, don't play with it now.
Are you kidding me right now? This is just not happening.
You're going crazy, okay. I can see why you're around for 2 years. My boy, I feel you.
Oh, yeah?
Literally.
No, you can't feel me.
I mean, this is yours, so.
I'm a whole different guy, my guy.
Y'all, listen,
Oh,
you
it's working
stay
out?
over there. He's not here. He's not here. I have heard that Scorpios were very sexual. Is there any truth to that?
I purchased this this yoga harness.
Oh my God. I'm tickled.
You wouldn't be in the yoga harness.
Let's welcome the daters, Brittany, Luther, and Jacoby. Thank you for joining us, guys.
How are you doing?
How does it feel right now?
Jacoby and smooth ass Luther. I don't know if y'all watch my other videos, but I don't know. Maybe I get that from Luther Vandross. I don't know. But he was just as smooth as Vandross, so I just call him Smooth Ass Luther. Jacoby, high value man. Know he a high value man. I knew that wasn't gonna work because I knew he knew his worth from day one. Brittany, I just always thought she was annoying. I didn't know what Jaysha seen in her. Not a bad person, just annoying. You know what I mean? She seemed a little childish to me. But let's go in.
Now, sitting on the sofa, actually witnessing the interaction on each other's dates. Let's be honest.
That was a little, extra, with the flirting.
You got fresh and flirty, though. You know you did. Is that just...
That's a person.
She was flirty.
I was just enjoying the process and having a little fun.
Okay, you weren't the only one enjoying the process. Miss Brittany, you were enjoying the process.
I enjoyed it.
So you guys got a few dates in, and then he chose not to go on any more dates. Did you feel like you deserved an explanation for it?
I did, and Jaysha, I would like an explanation. Was that your choice, or was that Joya's choice?
My choice. Yeah, I mean, we had a great time. After the second date, we were in the gym. I felt like you were doing a little extra stuff. I felt a little uncomfortable.
You started to feel like she was crossing your boundaries. Yeah. Brittany, you look like you have more to say, though.
Hey, I'm good with it. I'm good. We had a great connection. So I feel like Joya has a lot to do with that. He don't want to ruffle no feathers.
Do what I want to do.
He definitely makes his own decisions.
I'm making my own decisions.
No, I believe no.
How's that cap? You say cap?
Let's put the spotlight on Jacoby since he piped up.
So just based off of the position that I walked into, I don't see Jaysha being a person that makes all the decisions in the household. I'm looking at him like, damn, if I'm with a woman and I'm taking care of her and her kid, for her to even think about not potentially being with me because I won't propose, like what's...
Wait, let me stop you there.
Oh, I got this. Hold on, sir. First of all, you don't know me, first of all.
I'm just telling you what
listen, I get it. I hear you.
That's why I said cap.
Yes, sir. I'm older than you, sir. I got a lot more experience than you. I've been married before. I've been down this road. How you gonna tell me what I know and how to take care of family?
Hey, I'm just telling you what I saw.
Have you taken care of a family before?
I'm just telling you that's what I saw.
Do you have kids?
I ain't got none of that.
All right, then, so don't talk to me, sir.
You may have maturity. I felt like you don't have authority. You have a responsibility, but no authority. That's what I feel.
And those are some strong words, but Joya?
Yes.
You didn't...
Oh, this is deep, because I'm a guy, so believe it or not, let me say this. I actually agree with both of them. I'm a little bit on the fence. Probably lean more towards Jaysha, because I've been down this road too. I know what it takes to take care of a family, kids, this, that, and the third. I'm probably just a tad bit older than both of these guys too, so my experience is probably superior to everybody on the panel, to be honest. But so I'm gonna lean a little bit more towards Jaysha, but I totally understand Jacoby's position too, because it doesn't, like I said, he know he a high value man. He has a structure in the household. He knows that he is going to be the head of the household, and it's not going to be a question on who's going to be running the household. There is no way I'm going to be taking care of you. See, Jacoby is the new generation, and you have a split of generations in between these two guys. You have a split of generations. I'm thinking that Jaysha mentality is probably a little, I don't think he's Gen X, but he's kind of, his mentality is a little Gen X, and Jacoby is a lot more millennial. So it's getting back more to a structured household with this mentality that Jacoby has. I understand why he thinks his way. He came up in the, see, this is what I would call the Kevin Samuels effect. This is what I would call the Kevin Samuels effect. And this effect is going to probably go on for maybe a few more generations. maybe the Y, well, not the Y, but the Z generation is probably going to have a little bit of KS effect. Maybe even the Alpha is going to have a KS effect. I'm not sure beyond those generations if Kevin Samuels is going to have that much effect. But I think the KS effect has affected millennials and down. Jasha is still Gen X, and he still have that mentality. Both of the guys are right. You know, but I would have to say that we haven't really gotten much from having a Generation X mentality. We just haven't. As men in our community and in our households, it hasn't served us well. So I think going forward, I will probably rock with Jacoby. But in this situation, I am going to rock with Jasha because this is his situation. This is his personal situation, and he do have the experience, this, that, and the third. So I understand both men, man, and I actually like the dialogue between the two because it kind of splits the generations into their frame of mind. And what I see is Jacoby, he clearly has the KS effect. He has the Kevin Samuels effect. Let's go in.
And ask for another date with him. What was the turn on?
Specifically, the turn off was when I asked that question about, you date a single mother? And Jacoby, you proceeded to tell me that basically you're a high value man and you are too good for a single mother. However, you did also tell me that you were raised by a single mother, which is profound for me to think that a single mother's not good enough for you, but it's good enough for a woman to raise you. That's unfair. And it's very insensitive to women out there who have children.
All right, so just because it's a cycle, I wanted to continue?
It doesn't have to continue.
So what I'm saying is that
it's more about why would you cut off and say that single women are not on the same level?
What you're supposed to learn from is history.
So you're a very
intelligent woman. You're a very intelligent woman, right?
Yes.
So if you know, as a woman growing up, you know it's the less likelihood for you to be successful by having a child. So what you do, you be more proactive. Using condoms.
What's that got to do with your choice?
Okay, if you're getting pregnant, then all right, cool. Maybe I shouldn't continue having this child because I'm not getting married. I a better chance of me having a successful life by finding a man. That's what I'm thinking.
So you were raised by a single mother.
Yes. And
is your mother still alive?
I struggled. My mom's still alive.
Did she struggle or did you struggle?
Both of us struggled.
Okay, so your words that echoed all around social media, and I want to make sure that we have this clearly, were, I'm a high value man. I've done things to step up my echelon, and I'm not going to settle for a single mother. Did I have that correctly? I want to be clear.
Yeah, we'll be selling.
Right. So what makes you think you're a high value man? The car you drive?
No, the value I put out into the world.
What about your character?
I have great character. I've built myself to basically have better choices. You want to know why? Because women can choose and make a choice.
They can.
They can say, I don't want to date a man that makes less than 6 figures.
They can.
And then what are you doing? You're
demeaning a man. But we're not talking about that.
Women
That's
can
not
talk
the
about
situation.
That's not the woman can say, I won't date a man less than 5'8", and the man could be 5'4". Do they care about
what does that have to do
ostracizing all of those
with
men?
anything?
If a fat man is sitting here, he can be a fat man, right? But if a fat woman is sitting here, you would say, oh no, we're body positive. Oh no, we can't say that. We can't. It's all about picking her up. So every time it's saying something for a man,
bro,
it's down.
You got a lot on your back.
Yeah,
okay.
Man.
So what I want to
Wait, time out. Flag on the play, bruh. You got a lot on your back. Hold on now. All right. I just had to step in here, y'all. Look, listen. Jacoby is 100% right. And let me tell you why. Because there is a clear double standard. There is a clear double standard, and the women don't want to talk about that. What does that have to do with this? And that what we're not talking about that. No, he is right. There is a double standard. I'm just gonna keep it real, okay? Look, if a woman, he's talking about his preference. I had a conversation about this before in one of my other videos. It's as if women don't want to allow, well, I mean, they don't have no choice. They can't allow, but they don't like it when men have preferences. They don't like when men say, okay, I'm not going to date a big chick who's, you know, a baby mama who ain't got nothing going on for herself and don't want to submit. I'm not going to date a chick. Like, men preferences get shouted down and get ignored and get ridiculed. Meanwhile, a female come along, she got a laundry list of preferences and nobody bats an eye. It's this double standard. One thing, if you know me, I cannot rock with hypocrisy. It really gets under my skin, and it really touches a nerve with me. It really does. Hypocrisy is the ultimate privilege, because it's saying I can do something but you can't. Okay, and that ain't how I rock. You're obviously trying to take advantage of something, and you're not going to be taking advantage of nothing this way. This is what I mean by the KS effect. This is what I mean by the Kevin Samuels effect. Kevin Samuels taught men to, if they have value, stand 10 toes down on your value. Women don't have no problem doing it, and will come to the table with even less. Okay, he built himself to be a high value man. Women will just say, I'm pretty. Okay, they got all their genetics from their parents, but they stand on that 10 toes down and think that the world should be handed to them because they hit a genetic lottery or something. It's like ridiculous. You didn't do nothing to get your looks, and looks ain't everything. Looks will fade, but they'll stand 10 toes down on their looks and expect the world out of a man. But when a man works hard, builds himself to what he is, he got the nerve to think he's valuable now. You ain't no better than a baby mama. And look, if for every super attractive woman out there, there are a whole lot more. There are 1,000 of those. There are 1,000 times more of those than there is high value men who work themselves to be in the millionaire echelon, like Jacoby. Okay, he gets a choice. He gets a choice, like it or not. The guy gets a choice as to who he chooses to rock with, because there will be a ton of women who want his high value, and they all look good, and all of them ain't baby mamas. He gets a choice. He didn't know Joya had kids. Once he found out, he was like, I don't want to have to deal with that, because in my household, I want to build my own household the way I want it done. I am going to be the master of my domain. Okay? And he's earned the right to do that. He's earned the right to do that. This whole not rocking or, not liking men's preference. Women, y'all just gonna have to get over that. Okay? I love you, but you're gonna have to get over that. Men got preferences. I got preferences. I ain't gonna even front. Everybody got preferences. Stop knocking men for having their preferences when you got a ton of them yourself. So I rock with Jacoby on this. But I'm sure the women are going to try to double team him and beat up on him for having preferences. Let's watch.
And be clear, not just for you, but for everybody out there, is the car you drive, your resume, your bank account, your accolades is not what makes you a high value man. We are all defined by the sum of our deeds and our character, and you, brother, are coming up to the sum of zero. Be clear. End of story.
You took the message you wanted to take.
How you doing?
I'm amazing.
You see that? You see how they said their words and then they moved on to the next guest? Very rude. Won't even let the guy respond to it. He's coming up to 0 because of his character, because he got preferences. That's bullshit. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Because when a woman have preferences, nobody says a word, including men. But when men have preferences, all of a sudden he got 0 character. F out of here. I don't rock with it at all. Let's go in.
Thank you for being here. So you guys had a great date.
Yes.
Or two. What do we like about Luther? Sparks were flying respectfully, Jaysha. You saw it. Sparks were flying there.
I think that, Luther, you were just a very genuine person. I really enjoyed the flow. It just went well. I liked it. I had a good time with you.
You know, you really swooned her.
We all have a chance to see the person we want to be. And there's a lot of things out here in this world that show you. And if you listen to women, they'll tell you exactly what they're looking for. Now it's your job to learn how to give it to them.
I gotta keep it 100. If, for whatever reason, you and Jaysha didn't put a ring on it, would you have wanted to continue seeing Luther?
I would say that I would possibly want to hang out and see you again. I don't know where it would go, but I would definitely see him again.
With that said, brothers and sister, we appreciate you being a part of this process. We really do. Are you still single?
Yes, I am still
Because you
single.
got a fan club, Luther.
I do got a fan club?
Yes, you do.
Yeah, I'm definitely still single.
Jacoby, you still single?
I definitely don't have a fan club, most likely.
You still single, though?
But, yeah, I'm single.
Yeah, you're still single. We know why.
Might have a contender, but I'm still single. Like she said, you're single until you get the ring, so hey.
Did you guys know they're engaged now?
I seen the ring.
Yeah,
We do know.
they're
Congratulations.
engaged. They did to put the ring on it.
Congratulations, man. I wish y'all the best.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Get a prenup.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's cute. We won't be needing that, though. But even though you sitting over there in your feelings, Jacoby, it's okay. I know you have a big heart, because on that first date, you showed me that you have something there. I hate to see you over there.
You got any friends you can hook me up with?
No.
Okay, on that note, coming up, we're going to be chatting with Catherine and Ricky. Now, this is the couple who delivered a put a ring on it first. First time ever we've seen something like this happen on the show. And single mothers, please come back.
Yo. This reunion is bananas, man. Listen, I know a lot of ladies out there right now watching me right now, watching this video right now, looking at Jacoby and snapping their fingers, and they just agree with everything that the women say because, you know, a lot of ladies, let's just face it, y'all tend to agree with each other on a lot of things, especially if it's against men. When it's against men, a lot of times women just agree with other women, especially if it's, I want to say, especially if it's negative. So I'm sure there's a lot of ladies watching this right now saying, yeah, you tell him off, you tell him off. Let me tell you something. Jacoby ain't a bad guy. Jacoby just knows his value, and he's going to stand 10 toes down on it. If this guy built himself up to have a company worth millions of dollars, pushing a Maybach, and did the schooling, did the everything he had to do to, you know, he's what, 6'4", you know, I guess some women will say not a bad looking guy. If he know his value, he's not gonna settle for less. He's not gonna settle for less. I don't blame the dude at all. I don't blame him at all. Stand 10 toes down on your stuff, Jacoby. I'm rooting for you. You probably misunderstood by the women because they don't like when men have preferences. You know, it just is what it is. Here's what I figured out. Women want as many options as possible. And I get it. They want the advantage. They want as many options as possible. That means if you are a man, if you have preferences, you have to erase your preferences so they can be an option. If you are a man of a certain age, you have to not date out of their age bracket so that they can be an option. So in other words, if you are a 20-year-old man and you're dating if you're a 40-year-old man and you're dating a 20-year-old, well, that's not in my 35-year-old dating range. So I'm going to shame you for dating that 20-year-old. What, you're a creep or something? You're a creep? That's a baby. That's a baby. I'm 35. I'm closer to your age. I should be an option. You see what I'm saying? Women shame men because they want they want to be more of an option to men. Okay? It's a manipulation tactic, and I'm gonna just call it what it is. Okay? It's a manipulation tactic designed to create more options for themselves. Okay? Because let's face it, there is a man shortage, and there's a man shortage, and there's definitely a high value man shortage, and there's super shortage of black high value men. Okay, so women have to shame these guys because they want to be considered options. Baby mamas want to be considered options, so they're going to shame a guy who don't like baby mamas. It is a manipulation tactic. I'm just keeping it real, ladies. Look, I know probably mostly women are watching this with Put a Ring on It, and I'm just keeping it real. From a male perspective, we're not buying it no more. We're just not. I gotta keep it 1,000 with you ladies because I love you. But you gotta understand something. This is the KS effect. Men start to know their value now. They're moving in that certain way. They're not gonna be shamed into having their standards. They're not going to be shamed into it. You don't like it? Okay. It's whatever. But I'm not moving off my post. I'm not moving. I like what I like, just like you're not moving off your post. And you don't get shamed for it. But you expect me to feel guilty and shame for it? No, I'm not moving. I like what I like. It is what it is. And you can try to shame me till the cows come home. I'm gonna get what I want, period. Anyway, let's go back in.
Welcome back. It's the Put a Ring on It Season 4 reunion. And we are bringing the heat, or should I say the smoke? Because Catherine, AKA Smokey, and Ricky, Slick Ricky is what they call him. They entered the process hoping to work on their communication skills and co-parenting issues. That is a big one. But as things started to unfold, ultimately, they arrived at a very surprising decision.
We have been friends for 10 years. For me, we had kind of gotten to that space where I think we are suffering in the romance department.
Main situation was basically, Kat didn't like that I was helping my baby mother out by spending the night when she was out and gone.
Obviously, we've had the conversation, like creating new boundaries with your ex-wife. But a lot of my issues is you doing it on your own and not me asking you.
I hear the frustration when you talk about, Ricky's family, but at the same...
And Ricky shit, too.
I can tell you've never taken your son to no damn practice. That's bull. And for you to sit here and lie, that's crazy to me.
Catherine, one of the sessions, you blew up on Ricky.
Yes.
And that was really what prompted me to come here today because I'd never seen that side of you.
Smokey is just not a good person because she doesn't care what she say.
It's been back and forth. And I don't want to get engaged with us still trying to tune up this machine we making.
Well, I am at a loss here because I don't know what to do. Usually at this point in the process, I'm either congratulating couples on being engaged or consoling them because they've decided to part ways.
Right.
Never in the history of Put a Ring on It have we had a couple wind up exactly where they started. How did we get here? What are we doing?
I think we need a better chance at getting married and really figuring it out because we just started living together for only a couple of months. So it's just something where I think we can get there, but we need to really make sure this is the right decision.
Catherine, do you feel that by this point you expected to be engaged? Do you feel cheated?
Of course, but sometimes when you want something so bad, you still may not be ready. And I think that's the reality. I'm still broken in some areas, and that type of person doesn't need to be trying to collaborate with another person in marriage.
That is the most honest thing I think I've heard anybody ever say on this show, that you weren't ready.
Yeah.
And that's fair. That's fair to him.
It's so fair to him because at the end of the day, this is my best friend still.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want my friend to be verbally abused or traumatized by me. And then he go into his next relationship and now he needs healing from me. Like, so that's one of the reasons why I kind of started really thinking like, you know, this might not work because like, I don't want to hurt my friend, you know. My mother talked to her husband like how I was, and I didn't like it. And so that's...
Did you realize, though, prior to coming on the show, did you realize that's how you spoke to Ricky?
Not at all.
What I like about this is the honesty and truly the authenticity of both of you guys recognizing, no, you're going to stop and do the work, both of you. Okay, and you're committed to it because I'm holding you.
Right.
I'm holding you to that.
Yeah, I'm very good.
Well, with Catherine and Ricky, let's talk about the dates because they seem to always become a question of who crossed the line. Let's check them out.
I'm Chelsea. I am Ricky.
First of all, let me say this. I agree with the hostess this time. Love the honesty. Love the fact that they stopped and just looked inside themselves and said, you know what? We're not ready because I'm not ready. Catherine said that to herself. Rick said that to himself. They're still together. This, believe it or not, is the best case scenario for Rick and Catherine. It's not marriage. Them being mature enough to look within themselves and know the work that they still have to do is the best case scenario. So I applaud them for doing the work so well that they continue to do the work on themselves. Catherine is I rock so heavy with Catherine, man. I think she's a dope chick. For her to even come to this conclusion is, you know, she put ego to the side. She put, you know, all of that to the side, and she looked in the mirror. And I can really rock with people who do that, you know, who can have an honest self-image of themselves and have a honest discussion with themselves and come to conclusions that, you know, may not even be favorable all the time. You know what? Look, I'm verbally abusive. I gotta face that. I gotta fix that. I don't want to damage this person whom I love so much. You know, I don't want this person to have to get healing just because of me. I'm aware of Smokey. I know Smokey now. And, you know, she's messing up my relationships. Shout out to Catherine, man. Shout out to Catherine. I would say shout out to Rick, too, because he ain't leave. He's still there with her. He's still gonna hold her down. He still love her. And, you know, who's to say what will happen in the future? He still may end up proposing later on down the line, but I don't think this is a bad guy. I know a lot of women was wanting her to choose Marcus and just, you know, because that's the culture we live in. Let's just go to another dude. Let's start over. That ain't always the answer. It's really not always the answer. And I'm glad Catherine didn't choose Marcus for that reason. But anyway, let's go back in.
Ricky's ex-wife and the mother to his beautiful son.
There was a time where, you know, when you was doing your thing, the hosting and stuff like that, and we was tag teaming this situation, she felt like that was a lot, and I guess it was.
I'm a woman too, so I definitely understand where she's coming from as far as sleeping over the house, and that stopped. So I'm just not sure of what more she wants.
Do you have any kids and stuff?
I'm not a father.
Okay.
It's just me and my 2 dogs right now.
Oh, I really like the element of no kids.
You want to try some?
Mm-hmm.
Let me feed it to you real quick.
What?
I'm just letting you try fish.
All right,
just open up. Okay, you did. How does it taste?
That's good, though.
It's good?
It's good fish right there.
Okay, let me say this. And ladies, let me know if I'm wrong. Whoever watching, let me know if I'm wrong. Put it in the comments. I have a theory. And I don't know what episode this was. I missed this episode with his ex-wife in there. But now that I've seen her, this is the first time I've seen her. And I'm like, wait a minute. I think I have a new theory. My new theory on Rick is I don't think that he's, and I could be reaching because I just seen this, just seen his ex-wife. I really don't, my theory is I really don't think that Rick is altogether attracted to Catherine. Now, when a man is really attracted to a woman, he will go out of, he will run down the aisle a lot of times to marry a woman. When a man is attracted to a woman, he will put up with a smoky that she has. With a man, when a man is super attracted to a woman, he will probably deal with a lot of the stuff that he's dealing with. Looking at his ex-wife, who seemed to be pretty cute, and the chick he went on a date with, they were sort of similar in appearance, and he seemed pretty googly about both of these ladies. So now I'm starting to look at his attraction towards Catherine. I don't think that he's altogether attracted to Catherine. And if there was a reason to walk away from Rick, because sometimes Rick says stuff like, you know, if you want to stick around and rock with me, that's cool. But if you want to go your own way, you know, you can go. No man who's attracted to a woman is going to say, you can go somewhere else. You can do, you know, I'll always support you. You can go somewhere else. So I know this is kind of weird because I'm just seeing his ex-wife, and I didn't see that episode before, but I'm starting to think, I always kind of suspected it, but now seeing his ex-wife, I'm like, okay, I don't think this guy is really attracted to Catherine. I really don't think he's attracted to it. And if there is a reason to leave Ricky, Catherine, it's because this guy is not really attracted to you. And you will never have the amount of act right from him that you will want. So right now, even though I said all that I said about Rick and his, you know, and Catherine and their maturity and stuff, now I'm starting to think that Catherine needs to just leave Ricky, because this is not going to get better. I don't think he's going to become more attracted to Catherine. I think it's an attraction thing, and I don't think that he is being honest about that. I just don't think he's being honest about it. I don't think he's attracted to her. Y'all put it in the comments. What do y'all think? Am I off on this? Again, I just seen his ex-wife for the first time. I'm seeing the chick that he was dating, and they were similar in appearance. And I think he may have a type of a light-skinned type girl, light-skinned, you know, maybe thin, I don't know, type of women. He probably has a preference. And Catherine is not his preference style woman. So, and he's not going to come out and admit this. And this is probably the cowardice in Rick. And this is probably, or the dishonest part about Rick, is that he's not being fully transparent about a lot of stuff, about his preferences in women, about his his own marriage phobia, about a lot of stuff. I just don't think this guy is being fully transparent. Okay. And for that reason, I do think that Catherine should leave Ricky. I think I'm gonna stand on that as of right now. Again, put it in the comments. Let me know if I'm wrong on that, ladies. Put it in the comments, and I'd be interested to see what y'all think about that. Let's go back in.
Hold you again.
Okay.
You like that? Let me see something. It was a little bit. I had to lick that off. My bad. We got it, though. We got it.
I heard that shit. Let's pop the top because the gang is all here. Welcome, Marcus, Sheila, and Chelsea. Thank you guys for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Catherine, you look amazing right now, to be honest with you. I just wanted to let you know that. And it's good seeing you again. So we had
Here,
chemistry.
Marcus.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a flirt.
It's good seeing me, too?
Very, yeah.
He's a flirt.
It's very good seeing you, too.
Now, Marcus, you told our handlers today
Smooth ass
you were
Marcus.
coming back to get Catherine. You want her, and you're not taking no?
That's my baby. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. To be honest with you, you know what I mean? Since he ain't stepped up and did it in 12 years. Right. Catherine, I got something for you.
Look, Marcus, you play all day.
I'll just hand this over to you, and you think about it, okay? If you don't want to take it, it's all good.
What is going on?
But remember, it's available. You ain't got to wait 10 years. Hold it just in case you change your mind.
Okay, you better return this to your grandma's jewelry box.
It's put a ring on it. You could give it to Catherine, actually.
I understand you doing your best. You know what I'm saying? You got to put on like that, especially trying to, you know, get my queen, but...
That suit isn't even your best.
You ain't got the story. You ain't got the story, man.
What story were you told, Marcus?
I was told that it's kind of lackluster in the bedroom. It's a lot of, you know, lack in intimacy and communication and emotions.
So Catherine shared that with you on your date?
Oh, yeah. She shared it with me verbally, and I could tell through her energy, too. It was depleted.
Ricky, this man just called you out for your bedroom action. He just put a diamond ring in front of your girlfriend, and you're laughing.
The stuff that he's saying, people said worse to me.
But you're laughing.
Do you love her?
Because it's funny.
Let me ask you this. Do
to
you
me,
love
that's
her?
funny. Yeah, of course I do. I'm here.
And let her be happy. Let her go, bro. Like, this is a good woman. Don't waste another 10 years.
She don't want to go nowhere.
Catherine, the one person I'm not hearing from on this is you.
Is it like, how invested are you really in the relationship that you're in?
Oh, you don't get to.
I'm just saying, you're
judge
just
me in
too
that
quiet
space,
for me because if you, I mean, on a respectful level, to be honest
But you're not
with you,
being respectful because this is a conversation between men. So as a woman, you should step back and let two men talk.
To be honest with you, as a man or a woman, if that's my man, I would say whatever I want to say.
Ricky's a man, I don't have to speak
because
up
if
for
someone
him.
else is trying my man, I would stick up for my man regardless if a man or a woman.
And the fact that you Ricky lets me know you don't know
No,
Ricky.
it just seems like you just either are not invested, or it seems like you embarrassed, or it seems like you're not happy because you're not saying nothing at all.
Ricky's a grown man, he can speak for himself, he has a mouth. Just the same mouth that you put fish in, he can open up and speak.
Okay.
Stick to your
That's
dates.
okay, guys.
Stick to your dates. Stick to
Do
your
this
dates.
right
It's
here.
crazy
Do
that
this
you
straight,
think you got this much
do it in
power
front of
to
your
speak
face and you're
on
sitting
Ricky.
there
Let
like,
this man.
Ladies,
Like, it's
excuse
two
me.
men. Let
Excuse
men
me.
talk. Let men talk.
Wow. Yo, mouth on the floor, jaw dropped. Yo, let me say this. I'm starting to rethink a lot of stuff here. Okay? I'm gonna be honest. I'm starting to rethink a lot of stuff with these two. It's all adding up now. No intimacy. The guy is not physical with Catherine. The guy is not, he lackluster in the bedroom, like almost like he don't really want to. I'm really starting to think he's just not attracted to Catherine. I'm really starting to think this now. No man who's attracted to a woman is not going to want to be all over her. I don't think the guy is attracted to her. Now, it could be an emotional attraction because he been getting verbally abused. That's possible. Like, even if a woman is super fine, Halle Berry, if she trashing you verbally all the time, you're not going to want to do nothing with her. You don't care how she look. You know what I mean? Because she could look like a witch to you. Even though she looked fine to everybody else, she could look like a witch to you. So it could be an emotional unattraction, or it could be a physical unattraction. And it could be both. But it's adding up now. There's no physical intimacy. There is no touching. She don't feel like a girlfriend. He seems to have a type. Light-skinned, thin chicks, like the one sitting on the couch. Those he kind of opened up to. But Catherine, he's not open up to. Now I gotta reassess what I think about Marcus. I still question this guy because I don't know nothing about him. I don't think Catherine knows enough about him. But this guy came on the show with a ring. That's kind of telling me that's really telling me he's serious. So I wouldn't say take the ring, but I would probably say she probably should give Marcus a shot. Did not think I would be saying this right now. I think she should give Marcus a shot. I think she should drop Rick and give Marcus a shot. I cannot believe I'm saying this right now, but with what I'm starting to see and things that's starting to add up right now, I think that is the move to do. Put in the comments, y'all. What do y'all think about this? Do you think that she should drop Rick and get with Marcus, or you think she should still stick with Rick and try to see if it works out, or she should just not see neither one of these guys and work on herself? Which one do y'all think that it is? Yeah, I'm really having some second thoughts because of new information, mind you. I did not see his baby moms until now, and now the whole intimacy thing is starting to add up for me. I don't think he's attracted to Catherine, and I don't think he's being honest about that. Anyway, let's go in.
Ricky can speak for himself, Sheila.
Family, you have a lot of... Yes.
Thank you. I want to hear from Chelsea. Chelsea, you've been quiet on the other end, and you and Ricky got history.
Right.
What do you think about what has taken place here so far?
Not my place to say anything.
Exactly. Sit cute and pretty like a lady, Chelsea.
We actually have a lot to talk about, Chelsea. Listen, Sheila, Marcus, thank you for being here. I'm going to ask you guys if you can step outside into the green room. And Chelsea, come on, slide down here.
Bye.
Hello.
Chelsea, you look beautiful.
Thank you so much.
We just witnessed, I don't know what we just witnessed, but I would like to know, does he speak up for himself?
Ricky is the man who speaks up for himself when he feels like he needs to speak up for himself.
I feel like all of a sudden one day we're gonna hear a loud scream and it's gonna be Ricky.
I do hold a lot of stuff in.
You can't
but that's
hold it
just, I know that I can't, and it's something that I've been working on.
Okay, we have a lot to talk about, us, because obviously a big part of your issues had to deal with co-parenting. A lot of people struggle with it, and I think what we can do here is have a grown folk conversation about what needs to happen, what lines we don't cross, and how we can move forward successfully if you're gonna move forward.
Right.
You got that? Is that fair?
Yeah,
Can we do that
fair.
now?
Yeah, it's definitely fair.
Okay, so let's get to it. Chelsea, what do you need?
I just need understanding from Kat, because it's like, it just seems to me that she wants us to understand her feelings so much that she does not understand the relationship that me and Ricky have.
That's fair.
Because we have a wonderful co-parenting relationship. That was literally my friend first, my baby daddy second, and my husband third. Literally.
In that order?
In that order.
And now you guys are friends again.
And now we are friends again. But that's because that's how this foundation started.
Is he a good dad?
He is a great dad. A great dad. I always compliment Ricky on being a father that he is.
Let me say this, Catherine. There are so many children out there who don't have their father. Either because they couldn't be around, because this relationship couldn't exist between the two, or didn't want to be around. So for Chase to have a father who is putting him first, and these two have come together in understanding that we have to, at the very least, be friends for our child, you gotta support that.
And I do. I just needed a clearer understanding on the boundaries. Like, let's not get away from the factual stuff that I was experiencing.
Well, you said he can't spend the night.
Yeah.
He's not spending the night.
No.
Catherine, what do you need? So we make sure everyone leaves here healthy and whole, and that if you two are gonna continue this path in a relationship, it won't be to the detriment of their relationship.
I feel like as far as what I need from Ricky is definitely more communication. For Chelsea, I would rather us have also a relationship too, because I'm getting to know your son. I do respect you. I respect Ricky. I respect y'all relationship because I'm growing and I'm seeing also how that dynamic is also helping y'all children in a positive way. Those things are important to me, and I appreciate you for letting me have those moments because some women don't.
Okay, I hear baby steps happening here. I think there's hope here. Sometimes as single women, our dream is not necessarily to stumble upon a man with children and fall in love, right? It happened to me. My husband, we've been together 18 years, and he had a 3-year-old. When we got together, I thought it's what I didn't want. It worked out to be the best thing. I have a bonus child. I raised her since she was 3, and I love her like my own. But you couldn't have told me back then because I was afraid. I didn't think I was equipped to be a mom. Here's your chance, okay?
It is.
Yo. It's becoming more clear to me, y'all. Rick is still in love with his ex-wife. I know. He's still in love with his ex-wife. He still has a foot in the door of his past. That's why he can't be present with Catherine. And he probably still loves his ex-wife. And probably even more than that, he loved his family, which means his ex-wife and his son, and being under that one roof. That's why he can't be physically. I mean, he was spending the night there. He was spending the night over their house. I can understand Catherine having a whole problem with that. But if this guy is spending the night over there, it could be because of his son, number one. He could spend the night over there and just want to be with his son. It don't have nothing to do with the ex-wife. But if the ex-wife is making that situation comfortable for him, he is going to care for her too. They have a great relationship. So much so, I think, Rick, get back with your ex-wife. Get back in the house with your family, man. Let Catherine go. Let her live. Catherine, you hook up with Marcus, a guy who's going to treat you well. Everybody's happy. Everybody's happy. So what's the reason why they can't just, I think that they can't make that move. They're kind of caught in a it's sort of like y'all know that, I think it's like a Chinese puzzle where you put both your fingers in the thing and you can't, and when you try to pull them both out, you get stuck. They're in a bit of a Chinese trap. I kind of want to call it a Chinese trap. I don't know what it is, but what I'm saying is Rick can't go back to his ex-wife because he got Catherine in his life. Catherine is going to have a whole problem with this. His ex-wife can't ask for him to come back home because Rick got Catherine in his life. Catherine is probably stopping Rick and his ex-wife from getting back together. But they probably secretly want to do that. That's why he was staying the night over there. He has unfinished business with his ex. It wasn't altogether clear to me until now, especially since now they're interviewing her. I'm starting to see the light a little bit more. I really do think that Catherine should just rock out with Marcus. She lived her best life with him, and Rick go back to his ex-wife and be with his ex and his son again and work that stuff out. I'm not sure if he got with Catherine to make his ex-wife jealous. I don't know if he's petty on that level, but they're in a Chinese puzzle right now. They're in a Chinese trap, and they can't get out of it. They're just in a trap. Now, I'm not going to call it a Chinese trap. I'm going to just say a trap. And they can't get out of it because everybody's in each other's way. That's what I think. Let's go back in.
Scary.
Step outside yourself. Stretch yourself. All right, listen, I believe in all of you guys. I think you got this. Okay? You got this. Say, I got this.
Got it.
I got this.
We got this. Right. And hopefully that's an example for you guys. It doesn't always have to be ugly. Come on, let's elevate. Coming up, this couple went from promise ring to an engagement ring. That's right, we're talking about Jasmine and Zay when the reunion returns. Don't move. Get tucked in because we are back. It's the Put a Ring on It Season 4 reunion. All right, Jasmine and Zay, lovely couple, right? Might have joined the process a little bit late, but guess what? They wasted no time catching up with the other couples when it came to dealing with their issues. Check it out.
Are there any control issues in your relationship at all?
Yeah, I'm controlling on vacations. I'm controlling on dates. I'm controlling going to dinner.
And she would barrage me with a lot of stuff at one time.
How come a stranger can spark your listening skills, but I can't?
Sometimes when it comes to being able to communicate with properly, he hears me. But you can hear somebody all day, but are you really freaking listening?
So what's missing listening to me?
I don't know the answer to that question. After hearing Jasmine say this stuff, I definitely realized that I got to step up. Clearly, Jasmine's my woman. That's my queen. Say this all the same.
Hey, why would you do?
When you marry me,
Say.
what you gonna do?
Yes.
Oh, wooga. Oh, you're over here tearing up as you watch it. Well, first off, congrats. Let me see this ring. I gotta see it. Okay, so you got the pink gold, cushion cut. I see how you do. You do it big. You guys were really fun to watch. Your humor, your interaction is clearly love there. Did your desire to marry Zay waver at any point in this process?
Is it? Yes.
When? Was it when he...
You say it. Say it.
No, you say it. Because I think women were screaming at the TV.
Like, I can't believe him when he complimented another woman in front of me.
Hi, how are you? I'm Naya.
Great, nice to meet you. I'm Jasmine.
You definitely pretty. No disrespect to my lady, but you pretty.
Thank you. That day, yes, I was over it. Like, I think I called my mom after he left, and I'm like, yeah, he is not ready. Yeah, that day, that was a lot for me.
So, you know, once you say something out your mouth, you can't take it back. Yeah,
right in front of it, you're so beautiful.
You know, if I could do all that over, I would do that part down.
It's fair to say some people have a way with words, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And then there's Zay. Jasmine and Zay, dating highlights. Took patience to a whole nother level.
Yes,
take a look.
Did.
Okay. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good.
Nice.
Well, thank you. You look nice.
Appreciate it. Ready to get into this date?
Are you ready to have a good time? That's the thing.
That's interesting right now.
I think that people need to learn who they are in order to really be beneficial to others.
That's correct. Chelsea is full of surprises. I mean, not only can he skate well, but he listens well, and he communicates. Oh, you talented. Go.
Oh.
He's giving me a lot to think about. You're making me look good. Keep on going.
So, we're on our second date.
Yeah. Feel like we got, It was good energy on the last day.
Yeah.
Want to learn more.
Welcome, Josie and Kenyatta, here on the couch with us. Thank you for being here, guys. Why did you guys decide to go through with this process? You knew you'd be dating people who were already in a committed relationship, but you were putting your hearts on the line.
I feel like if it's a couple that possibly wants to entertain other people, the commitment isn't 1,000% there between them anyway.
That's a good point. People would agree with you on that.
I wouldn't. At the end of the day, it's temptation everywhere. So the best way to see, you know, exactly your connection and your commitment to each other is to put yourself in their line of fire, to me.
Some folks watching, and I'm referring to those of you on Twitter who thought there was some chemistry actually between you, Jasmine, and Josie. There seemed to be some real chemistry there.
There was chemistry.
Yeah.
We got along.
We got along.
That's chemistry for me.
Do you think Zay is good for her?
I don't know Zay. I think that once they make a commitment, that's all it really is for me, is the commitment, saying and being true to yourself. At the end of the day, the only person you could ever really lie to is yourself.
So Kenyatta, it seemed like you guys kind of friend-zoned very quickly, you and Zay. Is that fair to say?
I feel like he friend-zoned it. I feel like the first date went real good. And then it was like the second day, I feel like it was a wall already set there.
Were you using her information?
I let her know. I didn't string along like, yeah, you know, I'm thinking about leaving my woman and be with you. I like, I'm here to take notes and learn lessons.
I told him that. I said, so you using me to make your relationship better. That's odd.
Well, I got used the same way, so.
But you give good advice though, Josie. It's like, you know, it's different. Rather, like, I expected the dates to be more so self-centered, you know, and more so kind of like, it's about me, we're on this date. But it was like, it was more so of a, you know, chill and good advice. So I was like, you opened the door, I'm going in, wait, hey.
I send you a bill.
What was the biggest thing she needed to work on, in your opinion?
In my opinion, her patience.
Nail on the head, that's
Patience.
Zay can't even argue with that. He's like, oh,
that's a good one. All right, guys. Well, thank you for being here. We appreciate you and being a part of their process and journey to grow. But listen, it is time for our final break of the evening. But when we return, we are going to get final thoughts from our couples. And let's find out once and for all if we've got some wedding plans, some dates. Are these things being booked and made? Because I need an invite in my mailbox.
Yes.
I'm the wedding crasher, y'all. But more Season 4 reunion after this. We are back, guys. It's the Put a Ring on It Season 4 reunion. Everybody's smiling. But just to recap, this Season 4, different couples were tasked with asking themselves the very same question, which is, should we put a ring on it or should we go our separate ways? Well, 2 are now engaged, and 1 remain together, although they are not taking the next step, at least for now. And Dr. Stacy, do you have any last words for them? What advice could you offer these couples as they continue forward?
Catherine and Ricky, I just say keep doing the work. And what I see from even tonight, you guys are committed to doing the work. Just keep doing it, right? And then Joya and Jaysha, first of all.
I say Catherine and Ricky, get with your ex-wife. Catherine, get with Marcus. Y'all break up. I'm a go a different route than the doc. All due respect to the doc. Stacy, she may know more than me about this, but from my experience and my male point of view, I think that this is about Ricky still having feelings for his family, be it his ex-wife and his son. He has one foot in the door with them still. He has not left that situation. I don't think that he's altogether attracted to Catherine. I don't know why he got with her. I think she was always a friend, a convenient friend to lean on in tough times. And they just made it into a relationship. I think they both kind of leaned into each other for support. You know, Catherine needed it with her family situation. Rick needed it with his immediate family situation. And I think they just leaned into each other. They're friends more than they are a couple, in my opinion. I think they should both go their own way. So I'm respectfully disagree with the doc on this. Let's go in the next couple.
I better be at that wedding.
when it is. Well, that's what I want to know.
But
I want to
don't
know
play
the wedding
with me,
plan.
all right? I need to be at that wedding. Matter of fact, that's all I got to say.
You will be.
Now, I agree with the doc on this one. Joya, Jasha, y'all need to make the wedding. I really like y'all as a couple. I think that there is really nothing not to like about this setup. He got his queen. She's gonna get her baby. She got her king. She said she loved the man. Okay. Get together, marry, have the kids, live your best life, and have patience. Remember to sob, not in a bad way, but surrender, allow, be. Joya, don't be so controlling, and let Jasha lead. I think as long as Jasha is the leader of the head and the head of the household, I think there will last a long time. But once Joya gets uncomfortable with him leading, I think that they're gonna start having problems, and they may break up. But I'm wishing them the best, though. Let's go back in.
Be there. Trust me, you have an invite.
Do we have a date?
April 2024, but we didn't pick an actual date yet for April, but that's the month.
Are you guys gonna do a stateside, or are you doing a destination?
We're still trying to figure out. She likes the stateside option, but I prefer the beach.
Yeah, we gotta find some place where we can make some babies.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, a lot. When you go across that water. A lot, yeah.
Oh, the babies are coming.
Go across that water.
I told them, I said, the honeymoon, perfect time.
Perfect time. There it is. Jasmine and Zay, congratulations.
Thank you.
Congrats to you.
Appreciate it.
So have you guys come up with a date? What are the wedding plans?
Valentine's Day.
Oh.
Valentine's Day. Wait a minute.
Valentine's?
Yep.
Yeah.
Shut up.
What's up? Yeah.
Jasmine.
Yeah, we're ready.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me say
They're
this.
right to the altar. I feel like there's more. I feel like we're not hearing everything, Stacey.
Let me say this.
My spidey senses are going
Your
out.
spidey senses? You all make me proud. You really do.
Yes.
And Zay, I have to say, you are an amazing man. I love how you love her. I love how you honor her. I love your realness. I love your authenticity. I love your fight. I love your vulnerability. I am so happy that this worked for you and Jasmine.
Oh, yeah, it worked.
And she equally loves you as much.
Thank you, Dr. Stacey, because you really, open things up for us, especially for him. Yeah.
And that's what it's about, y'all. Like, for real, what I love about the men who remained, the other one will remain nameless, but I loved how available you all were. And it takes that. It really takes that. Because again, as a man, honestly, a woman wants to be led. She wants to know that a king is leading her.
That's it, exactly.
And you all showed up because you stayed. And you all blow my mind away. You really do. So
Well,
I'm
you
just...
blow our mind.
We appreciate you, Dr. Stacey.
Yes,
I'm
we are
telling you,
very
way to bring it
grateful.
in. First season.
Yes.
Way to
Killed
bring
it.
in.
Yes. Good job.
But that is our time for tonight. I want to get...
Yeah, and I agree. Zay, he came a long way. Like I said before, he came probably the furthest. I didn't think there was really much wrong with Jasha. I just think that he needed to understand his woman a little bit more. But him and as a man, I thought he needed the least repair on him. And Rick, I just think Rick is just not being honest with himself, or Catherine, or really the audience. I don't think he's being honest with everything that's going on. I think he's moving in a way that's really showing his true intentions, but I don't think, and let me try to be fair to Rick. I don't even think he knows what's wrong with him. He could be sleepwalking. He could be moving in a certain type of way and not know the root cause of why he's moving the way that he's moving. So when I say I think he's not being honest, I'm a sort of reel that back in and say maybe he don't even know what's wrong with him and why he's moving the way that he is. Well, let me tell you, Rick, it's because you still got a foot in the door of your old family, and you still is invested in that situation. And I don't think you're fully attracted to Catherine. And I do think Catherine need to find somebody else. If that be Marcus, that be Marcus. But you got to be honest with yourself, bruh, and say, look, I don't really want to, I want to go back to my family. Just be honest. You got to be honest with your ex-wife. You got to be honest with Catherine. You got to be honest with yourself. You know, that's the way that I see you moving. You may not have calculated that in your head yet, like that's what you're feeling, but that's how you moving. You spend the night over there? Really? Y'all have a great relationship. You're a good father to your kid. You know, things happen. You know what I mean? People get divorced, this, that, and the third. But I still think you got feelings for that household over there. And I think that they say you can't serve two masters, right? So if you're serving that master of your old family, you can't serve Catherine. It just is what it is. And she's getting the short end of the stick, attention-wise, affection-wise, things like that. So be honest with yourself and the ladies, man. And I hope that that's the conclusion that you're coming to. Maybe you didn't know, but that's what it is from my point of view. And Catherine, get you a man who can fully invest in you. And I don't want to say to help to heal you. You have to heal you, but who was supportive in your healing process. And maybe Marcus will be that guy. All that being said, that's reunion. I believe this reunion number 1. I think don't look like they're gonna have another reunion. So I think this will be it. So all that being said, let me know what y'all think of the whole series, the whole season, the reunion. Hit the like, the share, subscribe. Seriously, hit the like. It's free. I promise you. I'm not gonna charge you for a like. Hit the like, and I will be covering Ready to Love in another week or two when it comes back on. Look out for that. Subscribe so you can get all of that Ready to Love stuff too. I will catch you in the next one. Peace.